Hello and welcome to English Hub Online, your digital English classroom wherever you are in the world. This is part 3 of my first IELTS speaking test, featuring the high-scoring sample answer along with some useful language tips to help you boost your score. Are there any types of jobs that young people in your country usually avoid? Yes, there are definitely certain types of jobs that young people in my country tend to steer clear of. Generally speaking, most young people today prioritize financial gain and rapid career advancement, so they often shy away from professions that require long-term commitment without immediate rewards. Careers in academia or scientific research, for instance, are often perceived as demanding yet financially unrewarding in the short term. As a result, these fields fail to attract the younger generation, who are more inclined to pursue jobs in tech, business, or digital entrepreneurship, where success and income can come relatively quickly. In many cases, it's not that young people lack interest in intellectually challenging work, but rather that the effort to reward ratio seems unbalanced. So, roles that require years of study, low initial pay, or limited job security tend to be overlooked. Steer clear of is an idiomatic verb phrase that means to avoid something because it's unpleasant or has a negative effect. Financial gain is a formal collocation that refers to the money or profit someone earns from a job or investment. It sounds more academic than saying money. Shy away from is a phrasal verb that means to avoid something because you're nervous, unsure, or unwilling to face it. The phrase long-term commitment refers to dedication or involvement in something over an extended period. Financially unrewarding is an adjective phrase that means not providing much or any money in return for the time or effort spent. It's a high-level way to say that something doesn't pay well. Be inclined to do something means to have a tendency or preference to do something, useful for expressing trends or general behaviors in a sophisticated way. Entrepreneurship is a high-level academic word that refers to the activity of setting up a business, especially taking on financial risks in the hope of profit. Lack interest in something is a verb phrase that means not being interested in something. Intellectually challenging is an adjective phrase that describes something which requires a lot of thinking or deep understanding. It can be used when describing careers like research, engineering, or philosophy. Who gives better guidance to young people about career choices? Parents or teachers? I don't think it's fair to make a blanket statement and say that either parents or teachers are always better at giving career advice. It really depends on the individual. Some parents are deeply involved in their children's upbringing and make a genuine effort to guide them toward a fulfilling career. Others, however, may be too preoccupied with providing for the family to offer that level of support. Similarly, while some teachers are incredibly committed and take the time to understand each student's strengths and interests, others might simply not have the time or motivation to do so. Ideally, young people should try to seek input from both sides, parents and teachers, as each can offer valuable perspectives. At the end of the day, it's important to weigh all the advice, reflect on personal goals and interests, and then make an informed decision. Striking a balance between emotional support from parents and professional insight from teachers can be incredibly helpful. Make a blanket statement means to say something general that includes or affects all possible cases. Make a genuine effort to do something is a high-scoring collocation that means really trying to do something sincerely and seriously. Be preoccupied with something means thinking or worrying about something so much that you don't pay attention to other things. Take the time to do something means to make the effort to do something even when you're busy. At the end of the day is an idiom which means considering everything or ultimately. It's great for summing up your opinion. The verb weigh means to carefully consider different aspects of something. To reflect on is a high-level verb that means to think deeply and carefully about something. Make an informed decision means making a choice after thinking about something carefully and weighing all aspects. The idiomatic verb strike a balance between something and something else means finding a fair and reasonable way to deal with two competing needs or interests. Is a high salary the top priority for everyone when picking a job? I think for many people, especially in developing or economically struggling countries, a high salary is indeed one of the main priorities when choosing a job. Financial stability is crucial, particularly for those who've grown up seeing their families struggle to make ends meet. In such cases, there is a strong desire not to follow in their parents' footsteps and instead secure a more comfortable life. That said, I do believe there's been a noticeable shift in mindset, especially among younger generations. More and more people are talking about the importance of doing what you love, and there's a growing trend of prioritizing passion and job satisfaction over purely financial rewards. Many young people today say they want a job that feels meaningful, something that aligns with their interests and values, almost like turning a hobby into a career. So, while a high income remains important, it's often balanced with the need for personal fulfillment and long-term happiness in one's professional life. We can use the expression economically struggling countries instead of developing countries to add a touch of sophistication. Financial stability refers to the condition of having reliable and sufficient income to cover living expenses and avoid financial stress. The idiom make ends meet means to earn just enough money to cover basic living expenses. Following someone's footsteps is another idiomatic expression which means to do the same job or live the same lifestyle as someone else in your family. Secure a comfortable life means ensuring a stable and financially stress-free lifestyle, a great alternative to get rich. A shift in mindset refers to a change in the way people think about something. Prioritize something over something else means treating one thing as more important than another. The verb phrase align with means to match or be in agreement with something. Personal fulfillment refers to a deep sense of satisfaction or happiness that comes from doing meaningful work or achieving personal goals. For more IELTS tips, head over to my website www.englishhubonline.com, where you can find more IELTS resources and plenty of other helpful materials to explore. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you found it useful, please give it a like, share it with someone who's learning English, and don't forget to subscribe for more practical lessons. See you in the next one. Until then, stay curious, stay connected, wherever you are.